This whole like Fauci, however you say his name, American government situation is really disturbing me, and I want to fight someone. I really do, because what do you mean we didn't have to get the COVID vaccine? And I kind of feel two ways. One, I'm kind of like upset with myself because I really wish I would have trusted God and not taken the vaccine. I really do. And I remember Tiffany Montgomery saying, do not take that poison. But I didn't take it because I was fearful about COVID. I took it because I really needed a job. And at the time, the only job that was available to me was a job in healthcare. And you couldn't work in any healthcare system and not get the vaccine. You just couldn't. Like, it was a no. And I was like desperate at this point. I had just came from a stint of like sleeping in my car for a couple of months of like, I need a job. And that was the first job that was available to me. And I took the vaccine. But as soon as I took the vaccine, my period stopped. My ovaries shut down. I went to the doctor, and the doctor's like, are you still getting your period? I'm like, yeah, well, it's like intermittent. And he's like, yeah, well, your body's functioning like a 7-year-old woman in menopause. And I was 32 at the time. And he's like, the only way for you to have children is to freeze your eggs right now, try to do an IVF cycle, or donor eggs. I tried the IVF cycle from the hospital that I was working in, failed miserably. Okay, I needed like 4 more rounds, and the hospital at the time only gave you like $20,000 for IVF, a lifetime cycle, because depending on the cycle, it's very expensive. I did $20,000 my first cycle, and so then the doctor's like, well, the only way that you're going to have a kid is if you get donor eggs, which I don't believe in them. I believe that God is going to do his big one when it's time for me to have children. He can do the impossible, so I'm really not worried about that part. But I'm just like, all of the things that I've been through, like my periods are so intermittent. It is really crazy. And I just don't understand how you're going to tell us right now that we never needed to get the COVID vaccine. Like, I'm going to fight you. Can I sue you? Like, I know that's rhetorical, but for real, like, crazy. This whole...
Shalom. We're back with another lesson. So before I get started, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rechah HaKodash, to the apostles, bishop, and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. I'd like to give double honor, shalom, and salutations out there to all the hopeful elect. Shalom. It's your brother Azaria. We're here with a lesson I'm going to call Trusting in Egypt Comes with Consequences. And we seen this video, this young Eve talk about how during the time of Ovid, she needed a job, and she said something in the spirit told her to trust God and not take the vaccine, but she needed a job so bad, and she was living in her car, so she went and got the vaccine. Ended up getting the vaccine, took her ovaries from her. No longer have children. Now, she didn't trust the spirit when they jumped on her to tell her, don't take it. But she trusted in man, especially her enemy, and took something that the Lord had put the spirit on her not to take. But that shows you the rebelliousness of Israel. Because the Lord spoke to her words, not mine, and told her don't take it, but she did it anyway. Now it came with consequences. You trusted in Egypt, you trusted in Pharaoh, you trusted in their system, and look what happened to you. You end up getting your ovaries destroyed. You can no longer have kids. Now you sitting here crying because you found out, oh, we didn't have to take it. But the Lord had already warned you of that. He had already told you not to take it. So really, your actions is why you have these consequences. Because you were warned spiritually already. But this is what happened. And the Lord gave warning to his children who trusted Egypt instead of him when he's speaking in his counsel. Oh, Salaki. This is Isaiah 30, verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children, says Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me. See? She didn't take counsel of the Lord when he put the spirit on her to understand, hey, this not it, don't take that. Instead of her praying harder and asking the Lord to reveal to her what she should do or take away her worries, she turned rebellious and was like, I need a job, so I'm going to go ahead and take it. I don't care if you did tell me not to do it. All right, but not of me, and to cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. Matter of fact, I never looked at that word covering. Let's go into that, because she didn't ask Yahweh Ba'ashem Hawashai to protect her. Heck, she didn't even ask whatever God she was talking about to protect her. She went on ahead and done what she felt like she needed to do, and what she felt and what she needed to do end up taking her ovaries from her, taking the future of having children from her. But that's what happened when you're rebellious. That's what happened when you don't listen to Yahweh Ba'ashem Hawashai. He's gonna make you listen one way or nothing. Let's see. Must have been Isaiah 30. Salaki. Alright, let's go into that word covering. Because she asked the Lord to protect her and to keep her safe and to keep her mind straight. She wouldn't have took that COVID shot, but we see what happened. Let's see. Covering. Strong H 4541.
Strong's H 4541. Masecha. Masecha.
Masecha, a pouring, liberation, molten metal, a cast, an image, a drinking, liberation with covenant sacrifice, molten metal, molten image, molten God, web, covering, a veil, woven stuff. Let's see, from Strong H 5258, properly a pouring over, i.e. a fusion of metal, especially a cast image. By implication, a liberation, i.e. a lead, concretely or covertly, as if poured out. A covering, a molten image, a veil. Yeah, she didn't ask Yahweh Ba'ashem Hawashai to liberate her from her suffering where she had no job, man. She didn't go down to him for a covering. She went to Egypt, and we see what that covering led to her. That so-called liberation liberated her from her ability to have kids. Or the covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin unto sin. Verse 2, that walk down to go into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. See? Went down to Egypt, trusting in their system, trusting in what they say. Oh, you need this vaccine to work. You need it to live. It's gonna protect you. Da 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 da. And in the end, it was the thing that hurted her the most. And it was the thing that brought her the most despair. When all she had to do was go talk to the Lord, man. Therefore, shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust of Egypt your confusion. Now she confused. She put her trust in this place, and now she confused about. Now they're saying you didn't have to take the vaccine, that you could have skipped it. This is what happened when you don't trust Yahweh Ba'ashem Hawashai. This is what happened when you're rebellious to him. Man, he'll destroy you through your enemies, man. Instead of putting her trust in the almighty power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Hawashai that controls everything, she put her trust in man. And we know what the Lord said about putting your trust in man. Let's see. Right here. This is Psalm 14. Salaki. Psalm 146, verse 3. Put not thy trust in princes, nor in the Son of Man, in whom there is no help. There is no help, man. There is no man that can help you. Only Yahweh Ba'ashem Hawashai. His breath goeth forth, he returneth to his earth. And that very day his thoughts perish. Happy is he that has the power of Jacob for his help, whose hope is in Yahweh, his power, man. See, if she were happily trusting in Yahweh, her power, she wouldn't have been in that situation. She wouldn't have worried about having to take that jump shot and trying to find a job, man. Because Yahweh Ba'ashem Hawashai would have provided for her. More likely would have gave her a man that she can trust, that would have took care of her, or would have helped her find a job. Some kind of way Yahweh Ba'ashem Hawashai would have protected her if she put her trust into him. happier she would have been, because she'd have still been able to have kids. But now look at her, sitting in that car, mad, frustrated, confused, depressed. Why? Because she put her trust in the shadow of Egypt. And her consequences was that jump shot took away her ovaries, man. Took away her ability to have kids. It's sad, but hey, this is what happened when you trust in Egypt. This is what happened when you don't make Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi your refuge. When you think that trusting in man will get you somewhere. Because Jake don't understand that these people that they live under is their enemies. And they're never making something that's going to help you. Everything they make for you is meant to destroy you. And especially that jump shot that came out during the 2020. But a lot of Jakes found out, man, that you can't trust them. Sirach 12:10. Never trust thy enemy. For like his iron rusted, so is his wickedness. And a lot of Jakes learned this the hard way, man. Taking that jump shot showed them who their true enemy was. Even though they don't want to admit it, they understand that's what it is. Especially now, so much since it come out that Dr. Fauci pleaded the fifth, and he didn't want to talk about that vaccine, that you know what, that nobody didn't have to take. Verse 11, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and be aware of him. Yeah, she didn't take good heed when they were doing all this stuff, man. She didn't take good heed when the Spirit of the Lord jumped on her and told her, don't take that. Don't go take it. Just wait. And thou shalt be unto him as thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust had not been altogether wiped away, man. Now she seen it. She done wiped that looking glass and seen, oh, you was who I thought you was. Yeah. This is what happened, you see? When you don't listen to the Lord, you put your faith in your enemy. He done went over there humbling himself, making you think he's gonna help you by making this, that all you gotta do is take it and you'll be able to work and all this other good stuff. Now you still struggling. And you done lost the ability to have children, trusting in your enemy. You done wiped the Salaki about the noise. You done wiped that looking glass and the scene that he's still wicked. Verse 12. Let's see. That's all, man. We ain't got to go no further than that. The point of that was just her putting her trust into her enemy. And we see where it led to her own destruction, man. Alright, we're going to go back to the Isaiah 30. We're going to jump down to 12. Wherefore thus said the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word, and you trust in oppression and perverseness, and stay thereon. And that's what happened, man. She trusted in oppression and perverseness. Instead of trusting in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi, when she said she got a spiritual message that not to take it, not to trust it. You didn't want to trust in the Lord because you needed a job. You needed to hurry up and work. And if you go back during that time, most of the people that quit their job or didn't work were getting paid more than the ones who were still working. You see how that worked out? All she had to do was just wait and listen and trust in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi. But she didn't want to trust in the spirit. She wanted to trust in man. She wanted to trust in flesh. And it ultimately condemned her to a life to where she can no longer bear children. Verse 13, therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach, ready to fall, swelling in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly and in an instant. And it came suddenly in an instant. I remember she said her period, her menstrual cycle stopped instantly. And when she went and checked, they told her, hey man, you can't even have no kids no more, man. That judgment from the Lord came instantly, man. And shall break it as In verse 14, and he shall break it as the breaking of a potter's vessel that is broken to pieces. He shall not spare, so that there shall not be found in the bursting of it a shore to take fire from the heat, or to take water with all of the pit. And ultimately, people like this are gonna trust in Esau Edom to take that MOTB and ultimately be destroyed by thermonuclear fire. Because if you believe the BS of staying 6 feet away and putting a mask on, and then the jump shot, because it all was BS. You can see doing then. You trusting in that and ran and got it because you felt like you needed a job when you didn't even have to have one. And then guess what, man? You're gonna more likely probably end up taking that MOTB when the time comes if Yahweh Shema Shai is not with you. And we see that, man. Like I said, the title of the video, trusting in Egypt comes with consequences, because Yahweh Shema Shai is gonna ultimately destroy those who trust in Egypt when the time of that great test, that MOTB comes. Alright? And this is Psalm 58:3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. So don't be so them lying about that jump shot should not be a surprise to you, because they are the wicked. They're going to lie to you now, and they're going to lie to you when that MOTB comes about what it is and what it do. You trusted in Egypt, you trusted in liars, you got lied to, and it came with a very steep consequence for a woman not being able to bear children. So all I can say, stop trusting in Egypt and trust in Yahweh Shema Shai before it's too late. But that's all I have on that. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shema Shai. Shalom.